If you're going to make an argument on the side of a topic that you might not really know everything about, you got to go with the best possible reason why you have the belief that you have, and not go with some, maybe, like, if there were 100 reasons that you could think of why you'd want to do something, or let's just take the vaccine, right? People have their opinions on whether they should have to take it or whether they're going to take it, or they have opinions on people that are taking it. And sometimes they're not based on the reasons that I would consider to be logical, or that I would consider to be considering all options, not just looking at it from a left-right perspective. And I I try not to do that with anything, because for one thing, I don't believe in the whole left and right. I think a lot of people that consider themselves right think of their position times -1 equals left. And then the people that are left think of the people on the right, they're just the opposite. My position times -1, that's their position. Like on everything. And I don't just say that based on, without evidence at all. Because I've had kind of debates with people since COVID started on various subjects, right? Because sometimes you go a long time without seeing some of the people that you used to see constantly. But anyway, we would have little conversations, and we would have, we're not debating on something that we agree on, obviously, so it's an issue that we disagree on. Let's just say it was on, like, gun control. This isn't a real world example, but suppose it was. So we're having a debate on gun control, and I'm pro-gun. He's, pro, trying to take away, or I'm trying to think of a better way of saying it, but basically he's for lots of gun control, right? And then he turns around and says, well, what do you think about, and then completely asks a question about something not even related to gun control, but what he imagines my position would be the opposite, just because we're the opposites on gun control. Does that make sense? To me, I think that's the mistake people often make. If somebody was widely considered to be a conservative person, let's just give this example. Somebody that maybe he wrote for the Wall Street Journal or something like that, and then he comes down on the side of an issue that you don't. Or worse yet, some prominent conservative in the media that wants, has an axe to grind with this guy. He's going to start calling him a rhino because he's got this position, right? And if he's really an influential kind of guy, he can get all these other people to call him a rhino as well. Even if that position may have been something that conservatives have been traditionally held over the last, couple decades or whatever. I think a good example of that was before Trump came into office. Conservatives, to me, and I might be wrong on this, it was just the way I always kind of had, if somebody had asked me these questions, I would have said conservatives. Who was more like free market, like completely open to markets, or anti-tariffs? That would have easily been a conservative position, because like Bernie Sanders, when he ran against I guess Hillary, that that 2016 cycle, one of his big things I think was increasing tariffs, and then Trump wins, he does the tariffs, and some people just swap their position on that because of that, on both sides of that. But not me though, see, because I don't have to play that stupid left. Is this a left or is this a right? Is this what I'm supposed to think about this? I mean, that's how I think about people that are so hyper partisan, that what their position is as long as you can, see an article by somebody or an opinion by a politician and he's got either the R or the D next to their name. That's my team. I don't know. I just cannot play that way. But anyway, that's my thoughts on politics for today.